Here's the caveat of that story. So I was exposed to one, not seeing a lot of Black and brown therapists talking about sex and pleasure, especially like 10, 15 years ago. So that was a big motivator. But the other motivator was my own sexual journey. Right.
Okay,
and so
get into it.
I know. Let's go. I mean, you're just going to lead this whole show, Dr. P. Now let's go.
And so that had a big impact on me. So I went from being in a space where I wasn't, I used to not be comfortable talking about sex. I couldn't even say pussy out loud. Right? Like
you said the P word.
So I went from that to not fully embracing who I was, but I always knew that I was highly sexual, but I didn't know how to fully accept it because of stigma, myth, like all these other things.
Shame.
What does it mean to be highly sexual when you say that? Like, because I think we can all interpret that very differently. Does that mean you like to have sex a lot? Yeah.
Yeah. See, it doesn't mean that.
Okay.
So glad you said that. Yes, because that would be someone with a high libido, right? But highly sexual, the way I look at it as it's someone who recognizes all of the aspects of their self that are sexual, like how I can incorporate it into different areas of my life. When I step out of the shower, I'm just exuding sex. It doesn't mean I want to have sex. It just means I'm connected to my sexuality, my sensuality, my erotic self, right? So I can move my hips. I can have no one around me and feel completely connected to who I am as a sexual human.
I love the word erotic.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, erotic is like such a good word.
Isn't that such a great word? It's so
I think
sexy.
It's a powerful word too. Yeah,
it is, because it encompasses so many things as it relates to intimacy and pleasure and naughty things and nasty things and vanilla things. Like it's like all the things. Yeah. And so in my own journey, I was able to get to a place of fully accepting, like, Casey, you're just like a sexual person. Like it's okay. Yeah. And you can have
own it and embrace it.
And you can have pleasure that makes you black out.
Yeah.
Like I just want to black out.
You're a vibe.
Wow. Can we talk a little bit about that? Like pleasure that will make you black out. What does that look like? What does that feel like?
Why are you asking that?
Because I want to black out.
You should. Black out. You should.
Don't make me laugh.
Absolutely. I love it. No, I love it.
Gosh,
No, the key, really, the key to maximizing your pleasure is vulnerability and surrender.
Okay. Let's explore that. Yeah.
Okay.
That is like, you have to be willing to trust the person that you are with to go on a journey with you. So this is not something they're doing to you. This is not something you're doing for them. This is something you're creating together. And when you co-create the pleasure experience and completely surrender and can be vulnerable physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you can experience the like most angelic pleasure. That's the best word I can think of in this moment. Pleasure that you just like zone out after your orgasm because you can't like think straight. You're like, what day is it? What's happening? Where
That's good,
am
right?
I?
That sounds amazing.
That sounds great.